Hey everybody, it's Frozen, and I'll be completely honest, I am geeking out about what just came in the mail. This is the final version of the LiteAF Hammock Dyneema composite fabric tarp. Now for those that don't know, I hiked the Appalachian Trail in 2019 and I exclusively slept in a hammock with a tarp over top to cover me from the elements like rain and wind and ice and snow and all that good stuff on the AT. When I got back from the trail, there were a lot of things that I wish my tarp would have had. I chose a hammock gear, regular standard Cuban tarp with the doors. And for the most part, it performed fairly well, but with just a couple tweaks, I think it could have performed a lot better. So with those few tweaks in mind, I had contacted LiteAF to help design and make a new hammock tarp with me. And this is the product of that design. So without further ado, let's get outside and take a look. Okay everybody, here it is. I'm proud to introduce the LiteAF hammock tarp with the doors. It's made up of a 0.51 ounce Dyneema composite fabric, and it comes in two different lengths, 11 foot, which is what I chose for my 10-foot hammock, but if you need something a little bit longer, you can also choose the 12-foot option. It comes in two different colors. You're looking at green right now, but there's also a snazzy looking white, which is really, really nice. It has a bonded ridgeline as well as all guy lines being reinforced, bonded, and sewn. The overall width of this tarp is 8 foot 6 inches wide, which gives you plenty of coverage to spread out your gear and keep you dry in a downpour. On both sides, there are two pullouts that allow you to stretch out the interior of the tarp, giving you more room. You could do my trekking pole mod here, or you can just run it straight down with guy line to a stake. One of the big changes on this tarp that I really wanted is an angled guy line pullout. We made them at a 60-degree angle to help pull the middle of the tarp out, which seems to be a little bit of a problem with Dyneema composite fabric tarps. After a while, the middle of the tarp seems to stretch out, and so it kind of just flaps in the wind. This could be a big problem with some of the issues that I had because the rain would flip off the middle of the tarp and land inside my hammock. Not a very good design, so this definitely helps kind of pull that tarp out and just keeps you dry and warm. Like I said, I chose the model with the doors. If you do get the doors, you'll have a piece of shock cord attached to each door, and it will attach to a mitten clip. These mitten clips, or mitten hooks, whatever you want to call them, will help keep the doors back, and you can also, as an added benefit, dry your socks out or your wet clothes on them. To deploy the doors, simply unhook the mitten hook and attach it to the guy line on the opposing side. You don't have to use a tent stake, but you also can attach it that way if you choose. This will keep the wind and the elements out on the coldest of nights and help retain some of the heat inside your quilts. And this proved out very, very valuable on my hike. One of the most important things that I wanted this tarp to do is I wanted the tarp to overlap a little bit on the doors. Most tarps, they kind of line up center, and so when the wind blows, it just kind of blows all the heat out of your underquilt, and it's just really annoying. With this tarp, wind's not getting in here because they overlap by quite a bit, and it still does not affect your hammock suspension. As you can see here, the hammock is perfectly centered in the tarp, and the line remains outside to keep the rain out of your hammock. So I'm happy to announce that this tarp is now officially available after the release of this video, and you can look in the description box below for a direct link. Just looking at the weight of the tarp and the included double-ended stuff sack, it comes in at 8.7 ounces, which is 247 grams for our metric friends. Guys, I am so excited about the release of this tarp. It took a lot of work, and I got to see firsthand how much goes into designing LiteAF products. Did some extensive testing, and I'm sure this tarp is gonna be amazing. So if you guys decide to go with this tarp, I highly suggest the model with the doors. Now, some people don't like them. I love them. It just depends on who you talk to, but for me, I go with the doors every single time. So guys, if you'd like to learn more, you can check out the description box for this video. I'll have a link right to LiteAF from there. And thanks for watching, and enjoy your new tarp. I can't wait to try out mine. Have a good one, everybody. I'll see you on the trail.